A young man dreams about how to better the world, how to make his mark. He has his determination and his power. He has his compassion and his sympathy. What is his balance, his focus, his priority? What is his inspiration? My father is a man who knew that there is a power that is more than himself, something more for the calling of his life. My father could have used his strength and his skills as part of a team to make a name for himself, a fame for himself, and a contribution to that team. My father could have used his strength and his skills on his own to attain fame and fortune. He could have used his strength and skills within a greater picture for a larger purpose, to serve his country. For my father, submitting to his heart's calling included leaving his home and going halfway around the world. It meant relinquishing his reverence to his parents, the world he knew, and making a priority out of role modeling for his wife and children. He adjusted to a very different life from which he had been familiar, and gave his hopes and dreams, his working life, to a people not even of his own culture. Life will always impact on life. A man will always touch other lives. A man has his power. A man's strength makes a difference in his surroundings. By one rock at a time, he can make an impact on his world. He can use his strength and skills to change the landscape for others, to better the lives of others, even to create something brand new. His strength provides for his family, and he takes care of their needs and betters their living conditions. A man can hold a baby and can strengthen a child. With his gentleness, he can develop relationships. His strength holds the weakening. He comforts the sick. He prays with the hurting. He helps them to see the long view. He welcomes them into the eternal kingdom. This World War II Navy man could have been an enemy of this World War II Marine. Instead, their hands embraced each other. By one hand at a time, a man can make an impact on a lonely world. A man's hands guide the future. Whether he knows it or not, people are watching him, modeling him. A man's hands guide his children when they disobey, and his hands provide comfort and reconciliation for his relationships. He can model his standards and priorities. He can demonstrate the right way to do things. Age after age, generation after generation. My father accepted the calling to teach the grace of Christ, the hope of Jesus, the message of the gospel, the importance of salvation to each relationship that he established. A man dreams about how to better the world, how to make his mark. A man has so many choices for his life, so many decisions to make. What is his balance, his focus, his priority? What is his inspiration? There is no point from which a man cannot cry out to the cross. This man was seeking. He chose to follow the cross. That choice impacted every decision. It became the foundation for his balance, his focus, his priority, and his inspiration. My father made his choice. Whom do you serve?